When you think about the most heavily protected people on the planet, the President of the United States and the Secret Service are usually the first to come to mind. We have seen hundreds of films, documentaries, and even leaks explaining how the American president is shielded from assassination attempts, terrorist attacks, and even the curious eyes of the public. But what if I told you that one of the most protected people in the world is not an American at all, but the President of the People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping? He is surrounded by an impenetrable veil of secrecy. His movements are kept under the strictest confidentiality, and his security is made up of an elite force that almost no one knows about. Today, I will lift the curtain of secrecy and tell you how the Chinese version of the Secret Service works. A security system for China's leaders built on billions of yuan, cutting-edge technology, rigid hierarchy, and absolute loyalty to the party. You will learn who protects Xi Jinping, what equipment and methods they use, how they differ from Western security services, and why the Chinese system is considered one of the most effective and ruthless in the world. China does not simply guard its leader, it turns him into an untouchable symbol of power. The security system protecting the President of the People's Republic of China is not limited to bodyguards. It is a multi-layered shield of people, technology, intelligence agencies, and military units. Everything starts with the Central Guard Office, a division of the Central Military Commission of China, reporting directly and personally to Xi Jinping. It carries the simple name Central Guard Bureau, or CGB. This organization has existed since the year 1949 and was originally created under Mao Zedong. At first, its task was to protect the leadership of the Communist Party, but over the years it evolved into an elite service responsible not only for physical security, but also for intelligence gathering, counterintelligence, information control, and even suppressing discontent. Officers of the Central Guard Bureau undergo an extremely rigorous selection process. Only 1 out of every 10,000 candidates may earn the chance to work within the structure guarding the country's leadership. They train at closed military academies, where they follow a special program including firearms training, hand-to-hand combat, surveillance, modern communications, and anti-drone defense. They are taught to protect the leader, even at the cost of their own lives. Their identities are classified, their names are never published, they do not give interviews, and they disappear from public view forever once they join the Presidential Guard. But it is not only about people. The technological aspect of China's security system is simply astonishing. China is one of the world leaders in surveillance and artificial intelligence, and all of these tools are used to protect the head of state. Every route that Xi Jinping might travel is simulated in advance at special centers to eliminate even the smallest risk. Hundreds of cameras equipped with facial recognition scan the surrounding areas. Drones patrol the skies, creating a no-fly zone with a radius of several dozen kilometers. Ground-based scanners check for radiation, chemical, and biological threats. All this data is transmitted in real time to an analytical center, which makes decisions on whether to change the route, stop, or evacuate. Any movement of Xi Jinping is treated as a military-level operation. Typically, he travels in an armored Hongqi limousine, which was developed specifically for the leadership of the People's Republic of China. This vehicle is practically a mobile fortress. It has an armored body, reinforced tires, an air filtration system, satellite communications, anti-drone defenses, and even a signal jamming system that creates interference within a 200-meter radius. But even this is only the visible part. Security operations for his travels follow a unique scheme. Multiple decoy routes are planned in advance, hundreds of extras are involved, there are duplicate vehicles on the road, and sometimes even body doubles are used. Several hours before Xi Jinping's arrival, the entire city or the street he is expected to pass through is completely shut down. Snipers are positioned inside nearby buildings, signal jammers are installed on rooftops, and plainclothes officers are placed in the crowd, ready to react instantly. There have been cases where individuals who tried to approach the motorcade too closely disappeared without a trace, and even their relatives never heard from them again. But perhaps the most important aspect of Xi Jinping's security is information control. No leak, no rumor, no suspicion is allowed to reach the public. Chinese censorship instantly removes any photos, videos, or posts related to Xi's movements or his security. Anyone who breaks this rule could end up under investigation. As a result, an impression is created that Xi Jinping is almost a mythical leader, one you cannot see, predict, or reach. He is everywhere and nowhere. His protection is not simply people in suits, but rather an entire system for suppressing threats, built to safeguard the symbol of Chinese power. There is even a legend that at important summits, Xi Jinping is not accompanied by bodyguards, but by specially trained body doubles, while he himself watches the events remotely from a secure bunker. This information has never been confirmed, but given the level of paranoia within China's political elite, it is easy to believe. History has recorded cases where Chinese leaders attended negotiations using fake documents, accompanied by pseudo-delegations, all to confuse the intelligence services of other countries. Another interesting fact, the protection of the President of the People's Republic of China also involves a special unit of the People's Liberation Army of China, the 8341 Regiment. Originally, this unit was known simply as the Guard of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China. The regiment is based in Beijing and is responsible for the physical protection of government buildings, villas, state hospitals, and of course for the personal safety of Xi Jinping. In the event of a threat, this regiment is tasked with shielding the president, evacuating him, and blocking any attempt at capture. Unlike the United States, where the Secret Service is powerful but relatively transparent, the Chinese system is a labyrinth of secrecy. No one except for a narrow circle of people knows the exact number of guards assigned to Xi Jinping. According to expert estimates, it could be several thousand people working in shifts and rotations, but that is only an assumption. In reality, the number could be many times higher. And the entire system operates under strict ideological discipline. Every member of the security force is required to be not only a professional, but also an ideologically loyal soldier of the party. The slightest doubt about someone's loyalty, and that person disappears from the system forever. In China, the security of the leader is not just about safety. It is a strategy for maintaining power. It is a way of showing the people that the leader is untouchable, like an ancient emperor. It is part of a political theater, where every gesture, every public appearance, and every foreign visit is the result of a complex operation, calculated down to the smallest detail. And although Xi Jinping may seem all-powerful, behind that image stands an enormous system, thousands of eyes, ears, hands, and algorithms working to ensure that he remains the most protected person in Asia, and perhaps even in the entire world. It is also important to understand that Xi Jinping's security is not simply a group of people armed with rifles, it is also a tool for domestic political control. The leader's security system is controlled by him personally, and through it, he eliminates rivals, monitors party members suspected of disloyalty, and at times even keeps his own inner circle under surveillance. Many high-ranking officials have found themselves under internal observation and later under arrest, not for corruption, as was officially stated, but rather because they were seen as a potential threat to the system's stability. In this context, the president's security is not only a shield, but also a sword hanging over everyone who belongs to the inner circle of power. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Karo Show channel. Also check out our previous videos. Goodbye.